Morning show. I'm with Charlie Sturgis from Mountain Trails. Yeah. It's an interesting time to be talking about trails.
Well, actually, lots of them are out there and snow-free.
It's very snow-free, but are we looking at mud? Are we looking at ice?
Yeah, you're kind of looking at both. You know, I think if you're going to go out there and be a trail user in these kind of weather conditions, probably considering the time that you go is going to be really important. And it is slick, so when you get out there, you know, lots of times we just have frozen mud, which is great, you know, because it's just hard and it's like a sidewalk and you just walk, you know, run on it, whatever, ride on it. But right now, because of the constant melt freeze, we definitely have these puddles. They're freezing hard and they're really slick like regular ice, you know.
It's a rink.
Yeah, like an ice skating rink, just miniature, you know. So, yeah, I think if you're out running and hiking and stuff, you got to be, you know, pretty aware of kind of where your feet are going. So,
is there a best time of the day to be going out on trails right now?
Probably somewhere in the 9 to 12. You know, kind of thing, and it's changing daily. The sun's coming back north, right? So the days are starting to get longer. The nights are not as cold. Hopefully, we'll see some temperature drop here in the next day or two. I think tonight,
and
tomorrow.
Some snow.
Marginal. Maybe. Not, you know, not enough. You know, for us. Much. For the cross country skiing side of the winter groom stuff that Mountain Trails does. At the rate we're going, I'm almost certain to bet that we won't be able to start. We won't operate again. It's getting to be. I mean, it's going to take a foot of snow for us to get going.
Oh, that's so odd, isn't it?
I've moved it up to the. Let's say I hate. You know, the chamber hates it when you say worst snow year. The least amount of snow year that I've ever seen in my 40 years. So
really,
yeah. So this is, and difficult. You know, it's just. You know, lots of times you can at least get by, and certainly in the cross-country skiing side of life, we've been able to get by and stay open, but White Pine's barely open. We haven't turned the machine on in, I think, almost 2 weeks.
Because it's too warm.
Yes, and there's no snow.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, and that's the second time for us in the Round Valley world. But even if you just look around at things like Iron Mountain, which sometimes you can sit there and go, well, that would really be lousy skiing, but at least you could maybe ski it.
I know.
You can't even think about skiing it at the moment.
Oh, that's so weird. Well, you have a lot of family in town, and you are going skiing, and you say it's decent, it's good. Skiing, yeah. Where are you skiing?
I've been both Deer Valley and Park City, and you know, I think if you get going early, you get better groomers, and that's what you're getting for the most part. It's pretty much groom skiing, and that's not my number one aspect of skiing that I love. I love powder skiing.
But you got to do what you got to do in a winter like this.
You got to get out there, and you know what? It's always fun to have the wind in your face and glide. But I've been both to Deer Valley and Park City, and they've both been really pretty good. I think you just got to really get out there a little bit ahead of the crowd. Lots of people aren't rushing because, well, what am I rushing for?
Right. Well, how many runs are open?
Yeah, and well, you know, lots of stuff is open, but still, I think 265 out of 350 for Park City. But the big deal, I think, is you can get out there and get good groomers before it sort of gets piled up a little bit in the afternoon. It's kind of, you get these slush piles from everybody skiing, and then I don't know. And then once the sun starts to go down at all, they tend to set up. It's not that much fun. It's
so odd. You know, I liked it better before you told me that this is the worst winter you've seen in 40 years.
Yeah, sorry. You know, my bottle half full side of me goes, Mother Nature is saving it for next year.
Okay, good. Well, let's talk about warmer temperatures for a minute here. Summer plans for the trails?
Well, we actually do have a number of plans that probably isn't fair to really talk about them. Not necessarily because they're not checked off and fully okayed, so you don't want to kind of jinx yourself.
Right.
But we do have 3 or 4 projects. We are still planning, doing a lot of planning for the Bonanza Flat area right now, and hopefully that'll be able to get through sort of the public process in total. You know, you want to make sure everyone's on the same page and people are going to be happy with the plan. You don't just go do something. So there's a fair amount amount of process and just all that. You know, Utah Open Lands needs to be happy with that. You know, the planning is meeting the environmental, you know, aspects of the purchase and the conservation easements and things like that. That you have neighbors in Brighton Estates, they need to be considered and what the planning looks like.
Yeah.
So what you're going to spend. How are you going to do it? So those things are coming along. You know, we were talking a little bit about what do you do as an alternative, though, here for the skiing. I know my brothers, my two brothers that are here right now are going fishing today. Right?
Not ice fishing.
Not ice fishing. No, no. Do not drive your car under the ice. No, they're just going to be down here in I think the middle fork of the Provo, the middle section, and then I have some other. Family that's here, and we're going to go downtown and go indoor climbing for the moment. And I'm sure if you wanted to go outdoor climbing, you could.
Somewhere.
And if you're local and you're tired of it, you know Moab's only a couple hours away, and certainly St. George, Las Vegas, if you want to ride or climb. Those areas are really certainly within reasonable driving time.
Oh, and the weather down there is amazing. Our weather forecast just now showed 70s, 60s, high 50s for Moab and St. George. Like, this would be the weekend to go.
Yeah, if I didn't have family here, I probably wouldn't have been here. So.
You can't take the whole van? Like, just pack in 10, 12 people and go.
It'd be kind of a big bus. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like that much fun. But, yeah, so I think, you know, punt. You know, if you're getting tired of kind of maybe paying for a lift ticket, look around. You know, one friend of mine does, you know, yoga adventures, you know, that go out in the outdoors hiking. She also does the crater yoga, you know, paddleboard yoga in the crater.
At Midway?
Yeah, in Midway. And, you know, and that's good fun and something different. Certainly maybe checking out our local museums and go to the jump site. There's things to do. So
just because we may not be skiing or fat biking doesn't mean we're sitting inside.
No, probably not. So, yeah, and like I said, skiing's not bad. It's just not. It's not like last year by any means, or any number of other years one might consider.
Oh, it may not be like next year. That's the hope. Or I guess this year, later on this year, this winter. Like I said,
Mother Nature's saving it up for next year. So
yeah.
But we do have, you know, water concerns for spring. You know, the good news is reservoirs are pretty full. Probably takes a year or two to cycle down, where it becomes really more dramatic in terms of being a drought.
Right.
Even though we should be, I think in Park City we should always be drought conscious.
Just acting like we're in a drought.
Drought preventative, right? Because we do live in a high desert. We do have a significant use of water. I think we always should be conserving for any number of reasons. But I don't think we should really take our eye off that conservation ball. You know, you don't need the wastewater.
Well, Charlie, this is so interesting. Usually at this time of year, I'd be talking to you about fat biking. I'd be talking about cross-country skiing or hiking, you know, in the
good
snow.
Backcountry skiing or something. Yeah.
But you fill the time anyway with the information that is still good to know, so I appreciate that.
Yeah, what was it? You see the thing they were talking about, though, on the news the other day was these temperatures could kill our mosquito population for summer.
I like that.
Right?
Glass half full.
Yes. I was going, wow, let's see, what would it be like to be in the mountains in July and not have any mosquito population?
Right? That would be good fishing.
Yeah, that'd make for really good fishing. Yeah, they'd be starving.
I like this. Okay, well then we're going to have to keep an update on that.
Yeah.
See if the mosquitoes are really going to come.
Yep, exactly.
All right, Charlie, thank you so much for joining us this morning. And I hope you're still getting out there. Have fun at the climbing gym with your family.
I'm going to do that. Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, we have a lot more coming up on the Mountain Morning Show, so stay tuned.